Hey guys, and welcome back. We are here in the Cracktorio server. I am currently doing this solo. I messaged a couple people to see if they wanted to play, and I guess they were away. So we're going to do this one solo. You know, that's kind of how this is going to happen. Sometimes, you know, we kind of all just come play when it's convenient. You know, if there's other people on, we'll record together, so on and so forth. So that's kind of how this is going to work. It looks like, I know Scarhoof got on yesterday, and we tried to record together, but I had some stuff come up, so we couldn't, unfortunately, but I think he did quite a bit of this, yeah, built by Scarhoof, so he kind of has made a make everything-ish factory, quite a small version, but yeah, so we have all this stuff, which is great. We have a large steam engine bank up here, and I just checked power, it seems to be going pretty good, and all our lines are full. We have research red and green, at least so far. So I'm going to start some more research. Plastics, I don't know why it was stopped, but I'm going to start it up again and figure out what we want to do. So it looks like we have part of this iron mine tapped, which we're belting. This mess of iron and copper. Another iron thing, which looks like it's just dedicated to steel down here. And some stone, which we built straight over, but we have plenty of stone. Enemies actually look like they've either been cleared or they're just not very abundant at the moment. This is really the only base I see. So first of all, let's add some lights. It's quite dark, and I'm struggling. Like, you know, I'm now realizing, guys, I haven't actually recorded an an actual playthrough thing by myself in a really long time. You know, of course, there's the spotlights and stuff, but again, like I said, like a playthrough type of thing. I haven't actually recorded one by myself in a very long time, so it's a little weird getting used to that again. So I'm gonna try to fill in or try to commentate correctly, you know, because in multiplayer you know, other people are talking. You know, I'm used to like SpaceX, where, you know, me and Will are joking around, and you know, all those other guys with me, Mojo, are all talking too. So throwing some lights here. It's a little bit dark. Let's see, I'm going to grab some splitters. Some of those would be good. Some undergrounds would also be good. We seem to have we have a ton of coal. I don't really know why I have this much coal. Let's go feed this like to the steam engines or something. I was going to put a box down and unload it, but I'll just do something like this. Kind of help these guys along here. Okay, so plastics is done. Let's get some sulfur. Speaking of which, let's grab some oil stuff. Maybe we could start on that a little bit. It should be interesting, actually, because, you know, if I start on oil, I'm not going to have time to finish it in this episode. And unfortunately, I only have time for this one episode. But it looks like he turned this off, which is interesting. Well, it was never making because it can't. We need a level 3 guy. So these ones we're going to have to do by hand. So we're going to need some stone brick if we can find that. But yeah, so if I like start it and then someone else picks it up, that'll be interesting. Stone brick, I'm actually not sure where the hell we might be making that, if at all, for that matter. Do we have like a stone mine even? We have some stone up here, so okay, it looks like we do have a bit of brick, which is just going into a box, which is perfect. It's pretty much all we're missing for this, so I'm just going to grab some brick. What are we short on here again? Steel. That can be fixed. Not a problem. And, yeah, so SpaceX, I think, is almost done. I mean, we haven't sent, like, it's not done in terms of the mod progress, but in terms of the video series and even the stream, it's almost done because at this point, we're just kind of standing around waiting for research to be done and stuff, so it's not that entertaining to make videos on. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so we have a huge oil patch. Now, do we have pump jacks? We do have pump jacks, so let's go set some of them up. Just take 20, I mean, why not? Some pipe, I know I saw pipe up here, perfect. Man, I love this one. I love it when other people do this stuff. It makes it so much easier. Because I'm like too lazy and stuff to ever get around to it. So short on reds. Did something I just researched take more reds than greens? Must have, almost. So yeah. Some pink turrets here, placed by Scarhoof. Wow, so nice. So he has like a defensive line set up. He was pretty busy yesterday. Okay, so these oil patches are iffy at best. I mean, this is pretty standard vanilla in this version, oil patches at least. But now, do we want to tap all of them? I feel like maybe not. Maybe just like these few. Try to make this a little bit nice, because I know some people, Root and others, will get pretty triggered. Okay, so, oh, shit. Okay, so that should take care of all those. We probably had these things being made somewhere, and I just neglected to find them and pick them up. I actually don't see them. Oh, wait, yeah, they are. It's hard to see. So why are we short on reds? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, this is correct ratios. I think something we researched just took more reds than greens. Got some power poles. So yeah, I'm actually, in terms of the channel, I'm not really sure. Because, like, there's this, but, this is not going to be, well, maybe there'll be an episode of this every day. I'm not sure. Kind of at a point where I'm, like, not really sure what I'm doing is, as much as I probably shouldn't say that, real life is a little bit scattered at the moment, which is part of the problem. And, crap. Should I just grab some of these? Why am I, like, I'm really bad at this. Okay, let's just kill that one. 5 is the correct thing to start. We could go 10. Maybe we should just go 10. Might be a good idea. But see if there's a somewhat elegant way of hooking this up. We should probably be redundant. Redundancy is probably good. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, SpaceX, I loved it. You guys seem to really enjoy it. I wish we could do more with it, but at this point, we're lucky if we can run it like 35 UPS and FPS, and even then, there's like nothing to do really except just stand around while the research happens, because we just aren't really able to do much else because of how much it lags. So, and that's just kind of a symptom of multiplayer, to be honest. I know Kodiak didn't have that many problems, but that's because he was in single player. Okay, so if we do this, we could set oil up here, but this is getting really, really crunched. Not that much room for expansion. This is 24, right? So this is already prepared for steel furnaces on red belt, is that length. So with this won't really be extending out, I don't think, but the circuits will be extending down, so putting oil here would be a really dumb idea on my part, because it will probably just get removed. These aren't really going to go this way. We could put it here. Again, that's really pushing it. And it's really dark. Like, can't imagine how dark it is for you guys, because if I can't see, I'm pretty sure you can't see. We could do it like over here. Yeah, maybe like down here would be good. Because then we could if for some reason we wanted batteries or what have you on the bus, you could just send it up. Granted, it's a long belt, but, that ship's kind of sailed. So down here might be good, because again, the labs shouldn't really go left. The circuits, I highly doubt, are going to come down this far. And this obviously, it's not going to go this way. That's the end of the mine. So this is kind of crunching it, but like we can move these, right? And I know we probably have like a rule set where we should ask before tearing stuff up. But I'm just like literally these are turrets. I'm just relocating them just a little bit this way. That's it. So these two definitely overlap, which is fantastic. What did he have in here? 10? Could I thank you. So I have to put the 10 in here manually, and then this one I can just split. So do that and that. These are not even, which I know is going to really piss somebody off, but okay, so oil. I could point in this direction, but that doesn't make much sense. The wells are here, so we're going to have to bring it down here. Water could be an issue. Maybe we should think of that. I usually forget to think about that. and some other research might be good. How about some barreling and stuff? So water. I mean, this is our oil well, right? So we could put the oil processing like over here. I have to run the oil here, but that might actually be a better idea. Because, I mean, the water's here. I mean, I guess it doesn't... You could just run a long pipe. I don't... Not really sure. Let's go check this out. Of course, after I've moved the turrets... Actually, over here might be a good place. Because whatever we put off... I mean, the bus is way up here, right? So whatever we put off the bus... Like, if we want to build red circuits or something, I kind of doubt it's going to come way down here. And if we do red circuits or what have you over here, then it makes it easy to run the plastic up. We have coal right here we can tap into, and water, and then we just have to run the oil over, which shouldn't be that difficult. So after moving those turrets, like a derp, I'm just going to not do anything with that area. So we want to leave room to expand. So let's actually build leave room to expand to the left. So let's build like... Set this like here, leave here, 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 and here. Okay, so we got that. Let's throw down a pump. If I'm lucky, this will work. So I know that oil... I finally remember that oil is this, obviously oil is this side, but when you switch to heavy, right, you're going to need water in one input, and I remembered that the water goes on the side closest to the heavy oil. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this guy go here, and then we're just going to have the oil run outside and connect in. You'll see in a second. So I'm not going to hook these up, because obviously we don't want water in our oil pipe. But at least the pipe's there. So this one, though, we can obviously hook up, because this one's going to go like this. You know, this is going to be our oil, which will come in just fine. Hopefully someone's not a derp and hooks this up. In fact, really, I think I should... I want to say idiot-proof. No one I'm playing with is an idiot by any means, but even for myself, actually, that's probably more for myself than anything. Unhook that just in case, for some random reason, I decide to hook these up. We won't get water in there. And then typically, I mean, really, you just usually just go like this. And we're not doing beacons or anything at this point, because obviously we don't have them. So this is a pretty standard way to do it that, whew, thank God those weren't on, that works well. I mean, and there's not really much reason to deviate from it at this point. And in that way, right, we can expand left quite a long ways if we need to. And for anyone wondering, I'm just doing 5 because, you know, that works well for the cracking, the 5-7-1 ratio. 5 refineries, 7 light to petroleum, and 1 heavy to light cracker. Once we do get advanced oil processing, that is. We finished fluid handling. Let's get some grenade damage. Cars might be a better idea. And then, yeah, we could set this up for cracking, of course. Kind of like I've done in my Death World stream, is just set these up ahead of time for cracking. So, like, if we, you know, leave a little bit of space, I mean, well, maybe not that much. Maybe like that. We do need the space in between, though, so you can actually get the, because these take water as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is pretty tall, but again, you would need a pretty long-ass build to get all the way down here and be in the way. And we still have room, of course, over here for all of our other stuff. We can kind of even expand it this way if we'd like. I'm just doing this so it's easy to, you know, hook this up. And this one, I believe the water comes in the same side, so the water's going to be over here. Some more pipe would be great. And then we'll just set this guy up, which I'm not actually sure where that's going to go. That should be interesting. Would this even work, I wonder? I mean, like, you could go like that, right? Is that going to mess up the water, is the real question. Not really. Well, I mean, this needs water here, but that's fine. And it's really dark again. It's guess solar. I don't know. I would assume we're using solar. I mean, no one said anything about not using it. Probably gonna need to because there's, right, the first 2 episodes had like 11 people, or 8 people rather, on. Until maybe the last episode or whatever of the season, we're probably not gonna have everyone on again. But even so, I fear that the lag will get pretty intense. Just with the amount of people here and the size of the builds and all that. I mean, really, I should just grab like way more of this stuff. I always seem to underestimate the amount of pipe I'm actually going to need. So this seems to have caught up, which is good. Some power actually would be fantastic. I'm sure we have lights being made too, and of course I didn't grab them. So oil's there, we'll have to run that over. See if we can line this guy up, make it all nice and tidy. So it'll be perfect. We can tie in our power for our coal miners here for the plastic. Now, of course, we don't have cracking yet, so we're going to need to do something else with this besides this. You know, light we can tank, I guess, put it in a tank, or make solid fuel. I mean, I know me and Zuri harp on not using tanks. Mostly we harp on not using excessive tanks. I think we could probably use a tank, maybe 2, to store the light, because then what we would do is we would just, if I set it up right, just leave a space so I can throw in a pump and reverse it, and then just pump it out of the tank into the crackers. Or we could do solid fuel. I mean, it's not like we can really get the solid fuel up here easily though. So, you know, I'm not really sure about that. So we have this. Let's see if we can try to make things look a little nice at least. So I know some people do get pretty triggered over some of this stuff. So, it's like that. And then, I don't know how long this episode is. We're at 17 minutes. We got just a couple more minutes. I do want to keep these around 20-ish. Shit, that's not what I want. Thank you. Now for sulfuric acid and sulfur, the ratio is like 2.5 sulfur to 1 sulfuric acid plant, or 5 to 2. And it's kind of annoying, right? Because you can't do 2.5. So you would have to either underproduce and do 2 to 1, or overproduce and do 3 to 1. Obviously the 5 to 2 is like, you know, more rounded and stuff. But the thing is, 2 sulfuric acid plants is like, I mean, each sulfuric acid plant can support 12.5 battery plants, right? So 2 of them could support 25 battery plants, and there's no way we're going to even have enough petroleum gas from this thing to supply that. So I think I am just going to overproduce and go 3 to 1. Because, you know, people can redo it if they want. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. See if we can, like, maybe line this up to some degree. Okay, so like I said, 3 to 1, which should be an interesting. Ah, shit, and the water's there. That's really frustrating. It's actually really frustrating. Okay, well then, let's do that. Should line up, right? Yeah. And then this one, I mean, that's going to be kind of interesting, but I'm sure we can figure it out. And then a third one, again, is going to be weird. Yeah, the ratio for this, really is tempting to just do 5 to 2, but I don't know. Could underproduce. I mean, really, we could underproduce. I mean, I doubt we're going to be doing 12.5 battery factories at the moment. So like this underproduces by like half of a machine, right? So this could support maybe, what, I don't know, 8, 9 battery machines, which is still quite a bit. Typically, you don't even do that much. I mean, each blue science pack takes 12 seconds and requires a battery, so you need, if you do 12 blue science machines for a base rate of like 1 a second, right? Then you essentially need a battery a second, right? If each blue pack takes 1 battery, if you're making them at a base rate of 1 a second, you need a battery a second. Well, batteries take 5 seconds, so really we would only need about 5 battery plants to support the 12 blue things. And even if we did 24 blue things, since we have doubled the other science pack colors, then we would only need 10 of these, which I think we could maybe support-ish with this ratio. If not, we can just tack another one on the side. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So, like this guy, right? I mean, this gets a little funky, but of course we want some for, because that's a thing too, right? Is we want enough petroleum for plastic as well, because plastic is obviously important for the advanced circuits, for science, as well as other things. So that's kind of the deal there. I don't actually... see if we can make this even somewhat elegant. Kind of doubt it. Okay, then this one, actually we could, yeah, because we can just kind of tee off the side here. We'll line this up, make it look all nice. Hook that up, and then of course this still isn't hooked up, which is good. Someone will just have to notice that. And then these are good once they get, obviously, petroleum, once the whole thing turns on. And then we'll just need some water in the side here, which really should not be that difficult. Except that I can't actually, like, insert this now, because I'm an idiot. Well, crap. That is a bit unfortunate. So what we're going to have to do here is, wow. New plan. This is so frustrating. Okay, new plan. This one is going to line up with this again, though. So, we're going to go like that, and like that, and like that. So then these two are going to be that, and this one's going to be like that. And hopefully, keyword there, hopefully that this will work. So go like that, and then you, sir, can come over here. That way we can insert, get our water everywhere it needs to go without any major issues, hopefully. And boom, boom, boom. And wait, what? Okay, there. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, right? Throw in some fast inserters. This guy's gonna need iron, of course, which could come from pretty much anywhere. Of course, I mean, we're gonna need to pipe this out to our battery dudes, but that really shouldn't be that difficult. He can grab iron from here, which I would assume will just belt. Again, that's kind of a long belt, but it's okay, a really long belt. Should have built it, you know, because that's the challenge, right? With all these people on here, it's like, I mean, if this were my world, I'd be just like, okay, screw it, we'll just build oil like here, right? And have it kind of go up here. But for all I know, someone else has a plan for something here, and I don't, well, I'm sure people are going to purposely play some pranks, kind of like in Hydra Dilemma, if you guys, anyone remembers that, but I just kind of want oil right now. Too busy with that to do any pranks. So I think I'm going to end it here. I'll let someone else finish this. I mean, that in and of itself could kind of be a little bit of a trick. You know, always having to finish someone else's build without knowing exactly what they were thinking. Unless they watch the episode, of course. So, wow, did I really just manage to not power this? That's brilliant. Okay, well, that's going to have to work. All right, well, there we go, guys. I think that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully next one, you know, I can be recording with 1 or 2 other people, which would be great. Definitely looking forward to playing and recording with these guys. But until next time, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.